Hello, everybody. It's Lisa Greenfield with Truth in Hand. And who have I got with me?
Lisa, it's me, Mike, your Astro Daddy here on the East Coast, ready for a heat wave coming around the corner with 100-degree temperatures coming up in a couple hours here. But I am so excited, Lisa, to talk to you about, and our friends, to talk to you about the Capricorn full moon and then the aspects that lie in between new moon coming up on July 14th. So much is happening.
I know, I know. And for those of you, thank you for bearing with us. I've got the Saturn sitting on Saturn is sitting on my sun and it's opposite your sun. So timing has been a little challenging. Thank you for being patient with us while we work to get this information out to you because life just keeps lifing in the way of some of the plans I've got,
And,
so.
and Lisa, don't forget we are in Mercury retrograde that happened yesterday on the full moon. So the gremlins are loose.
Well, and they're very active in my chart because, and yours, it's squaring your sun and it's sitting right on that Mercury retrograde is sitting right on top of my Mars, my action. So it's like we're being affected, folks. So we're kind of swimming through the emotional equivalent of tapioca to get to you. Here we are. Okay. So.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to keep this one short and sweet. We've
Yeah.
got a few explosive things to touch on, but we're really going to have some more time for you in the Leo new moon because July is the most active
Yeah,
month of the whole year,
it
right?
is. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah. Hit him with our overview, darling. What have we got astrologically? And I'll unpack it with you.
You bet. So we had the Capricorn full moon that just happened, and at the same time, Lisa, we had Mercury go retrograde, where it will for the next 3 weeks. So basically, all of July, you're looking at Mercury going backward. And what do we do when Mercury is in retrograde? We go back, we revisit, we redesign, we re-examine, we reassert what we well, where it's happening in Cancer. So you need to look on your chart to see where Cancer is happening to see where you have to go back to.
You know what I love is it recently crossed my field. Somebody sent out a post and they were reminding me that Mercury was the psychopomp. In the pantheon of gods, they were all limited as to where they could go. They could go in certain kingdoms. The only one who could go anywhere, including Hades itself, was Mercury,
That's
the
right.
psychopomp. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it was not just the invitation to review, it was the descent into the shadow, into our underbelly.
Mm-hmm.
And with Mercury in Cancer, to me, that's very much, with this full moon being right there on top of it, Capricorn Cancer. This is very much calling up because of all of these external planet shifts and Chiron shifting out of Aries and into Taurus. It's the internal authority that you have to own. Okay, this is the underbelly is it doesn't matter what's going on in the outside world right now in so much as you are not at the mercy of it unless you surrender your internal authority. That you're going to, no matter what happens, you have the choice to do something with it. Okay. So with Chiron moving into Taurus, what are the concrete actions on behalf of what hurts Chiron? Taurus is the body. What will we act on in new ways with fresh perspective to take care of ourselves, to be both compassionate and strong? That's really, it's like this Mercury retrograde, your shadows are going to get popped, so it's like they're going to be up and there for you to look at. And it's like, oh, am I taking care of myself or am I just defending myself?
Mm,
Right.
good call.
So, yeah. Now, the good news is Mercury doesn't actually make some of the major stressful contacts that it could make. It stops just short. So it brings us right up to the edge of those major external changes. So it's really much more of an internal reflection
Hmm.
and decision making
Hmm.
on those feelings that come up and what the right action is that is in service of you.
Hmm.
So, okay, sorry, I had to get that off. I had to
No,
get that off.
that's good. But guess what happens? The next day we have Jupiter finally going into Leo for the first time in the last 12 years, Lisa. We have new energy that shifts dramatically from, as you know, Jupiter was in Cancer for the last year, and now tomorrow, the 30th, it enters Leo. So grand expressions and creativity and passion. You're going to feel a collective assortment of wanting to be in the spotlight.
Well, and Leo is our unique gifts. It's the place where and Venus is already there. So Jupiter goes in and inhabits it with. It's like it dials up the places and spaces where you want to be your unique self. It's like it
Hmm.
just wants to spill out of you. And it's going to square Chiron
Yeah, the
in
next day. The next
right.
day.
So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so the other thing that we're going to have to face is take a good look at the last 12 years and where has your ego ineffectively cost you rather than authentic expression, where has either the sacrifice of a healthy ego or the over expression or overindulgence of an ego cost you? There's a healthier expression of it waiting for you to walk right into it. A little trial and error, but learn from the last 12 years,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. That's right. 2014, Lisa, that was the last time that Jupiter was in Leo. So go back 12 years, folks. What was happening in 2014?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the big one, Lisa, this is going to be the big event of our total discussion for the next 2 weeks. We have a conjunction between Mars and Uranus happening for the first time, Lisa, in Gemini. Now, that has not happened since 1943, 84 years ago. And this time it's happening on, of course, of all days, Lisa, July 4th, Independence Day in America. You have the combustion of Mars and the aggressiveness, the war planet, meeting up with Uranus, the lightning striking, the out of the blue, the uniqueness of what Uranus brings. I think it's going to be very interesting. What do you think?
The lights go on. Well, think is the operative word. Mars and Uranus is less a plan of action than it is, I mean, physical action than it is mental. So
Hmm.
it's like Uranus is the great liberator. It's that lightning strike that, once the lights go up, you can't help but see. Remember, I told you the shadow would be popped. So it's like you can start to see where your actions are digging you in behind a fortress, it's like, or punishment as opposed to evolutionary. And it's like, and Mars is the twins. One is divine. I'm sorry, Gemini is the twins. One is divine and one is mortal. So it's like, okay, there's a divine, which means everybody wins, or there's the mortal, which is a me versus you. So it's like, where can you see your actions have been limited in the one up, one down, and start moving into, well, where's the collective win? That's what's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's like historically, Mars and Uranus meeting up together, they tend to free up possibilities.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
what did you said something about history, the history of
Yeah, and that's the I think that's the trick shot here, Lisa. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to be. Of course, I mentioned the war, god of war, Mars, and so forth, and the lightning striking from Uranus. Sometimes we go into the shadow and think it's going to be something explosive or combustible. But what happened in 1943, September 8th, the last time that they conjoined in Gemini, we had the armistice with Italy. Italy surrendered, and the secret news that Dwight Eisenhower shared with the world was that the Italians who were on the Axis part of World War II, were going to join the Allies, and that came out of the blue. That news came out of the blue. So it was actually a good thing that happened back in 1943.
I didn't realize that they shared that news. I mean, right there on that. But that's exactly it. Mars, the god of war in Gemini, can say, yeah, I don't need to fight, or
Hmm.
I'm going to fight for a different purpose
Hmm.
at this point. And so it's like, yeah, what is it? It's, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they're yours. Well, you can justify a fight all you want, or you can find a solution.
Hmm.
Just a thought. Mhm.
I was just going to say, at the same time, we have this, especially with Jupiter rolling into Leo, we have this trine happening between Jupiter, Pluto, and Uranus.
Uh,
I mean, so
a
it's a
sextile.
sextile and a trine happening, right?
Mhm.
And it's good. It's all really good energy. The trine is the best energy of the zodiac, and sextiles allow things to happen. So maybe
Easily.
I'm really hoping for some great, wonderful news on Independence Day on the 4th.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, when people fight, they're going to get hurt. So if there's a more equitable way to deal with distributing resources so that everybody gets something, I think we're smart enough. Again, let's go for that. Italy figured it out. Yeah, and go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was just going to say, make love, not war.
Yeah, oh, that perfect. And I was going to say, begin with the trines and sextile, begin with what has less resistance and build on those successes until you're more prepared to take on some of the big challenges. It's like drafting, find the places where there's alignment or there's a conversation rather than duking it out, and build those alliances until there's more people allied than there are opposing. You know
That's great thoughts. Because guess what?
what?
On the 6th, 2 days later, we have the sun squaring Saturn. Saturn's in Aries, the sun is in Cancer, so we have a square happening on the 6th. So 2 days after the 4th, things get real.
Yeah, well, Sun in Cancer can be either comfort, care, nourishment, and Saturn in Aries is, the cost of me first or only me. And it's like, oh, but Saturn and Aries can also, with time, give you fresh eyes to
Hmm.
see how to take better care. But
Hmm.
squares always say something's got to change. You got to go right, or you got to go left. You can't keep going the same path
That's
you're
right.
going.
That's right.
So, yeah, yeah. So it's a real encouragement to find a healthier exchange between what's new, possible, and maybe a little tender within us, and bring along what's older and wiser, Saturn, fresh eyes, but you don't give up any of the wisdom that you've learned from everything you've already done.
Hmm. Hmm.
Can you give and receive for both sides more equitably,
Mm.
right?
Love that.
Yeah, the invitation is there. Make different meanings, Gemini. Make different meanings, see both sides, stay curious and explore. That's the whole enchilada the next couple of weeks, if you ask me.
We have a few things I just want to make mention
Yeah.
that they're kind of just
Yeah.
they're just transits that are happening. We have Neptune stationing retrograde on the 7th,
Yeah.
so it's going to start heading back toward Pisces. It's at 4 degrees right now, and we also have on the 9th Venus entering Virgo. So our love becomes practical. Relationships seek sincerity, reliability, and meaningful acts of service in your love life.
You know what I love about that Venus entering Virgo? It's
Mm.
going to trine Chiron in Taurus, and it's going to square Uranus. Okay, so it's going to free us up from perfection.
Mhm.
Venus and Virgo can, it's what is it? Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. It's like,
As a Venus and Virgo person myself, yes, I can agree to that.
yeah, so it's like, okay, and with that Neptune retrograde, it's like, begin with what you've got. It may not be perfect, but you can make it better with the right place, the right people, the right time. Work with what you have to improve it instead of being black and white over the lack of perfection, what's missing, right?
Appreciate
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
and as you do that, the clarity emerges instead of just wishful thinking that it was perfect. help make it closer.
Mhm.
So, mhm.
The only thing I'm going to make mention is a quick conjunction: the Sun and Mercury. Mercury's in retrograde, so it's heading back toward the Sun, and the Sun is moving forward. So they're going to clash on the 12th. So think these are important conversations you may have about some things of the past.
Yeah.
So again, find out where Cancer is, and you'll see where the subject matter will be coming from. And then finally, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say no, and just again, it's like Sun conjunct Mercury. Psychopomp can go everywhere, so don't. And the Sun helps diminish the shadow. So let the shadow pop up. See where you're being defensive, perhaps
Mhm.
unnecessarily so, and bring a little light to the event or the opportunity, and see it both ways,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
hmm And then hit them with the rest.
And we
Yeah.
have a new moon, which is when we kick things off. So get ready for the 14th. And then, of course, as you mentioned earlier, Lisa, there's so many aspects that are going to be in that new moon that we're going to talk about, because that's going to take us all the way to the 28th, which is when all of the fun aspects are going to be happening.
Amazing. Okay, so it's going to take us all the way through the 20. Yeah, and again, this month is action-packed globally with all of that outer planet rocking and rolling. But it kicks off with this first one that it's like center yourself, really center your internal authority so that when you meet any external authority, you can collaborate with it, on the level playing field. It's not a one up, one down situation. It's like, all right, yeah, what's going to benefit us all? And we're smart enough. We just have to be patient. Saturn and Aries, we want results, we want them now. And it's just like, slow down, everybody wins, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's our down and dirty, or down and not so dirty, but that's our down and dashing through the aspects together for this Capricorn full moon.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I want to
Uh,
remind everyone, Lisa, make love, not war.
yes, please.
Yeah.
It's, just try it. See if you like it. Okay. And we'll be back to check on the progress.
Yes. Excited. I am really excited about the next new
Yeah,
moon.
exactly. So we'll see you then. I'm Lisa with Truth in Hand.
Hey, I'm Mike, your Astro Daddy. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.
Take care. Bye.